man. Get him up, Martella. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, it is Mary
And Amma.
and we are reviewing the reunion of Married Love and Marriage Huntsville. And honey, the old host is back. Martell is being shady. Martell is playing victim. Martell, he created Melody, honey. He created her. Yes, the whole damn brand. Yes, honey. You run him his coins.
What is so crazy is that he has the nerve to be like, anything that made me lose my family. No.
Your
Don't
penis
blame
out in the
any-
street ruined that.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
But you know, men, they love to change the story around.
Stop changing the story.
Be accountable.
Accountable. Martell.
That part. Anyway, so
That's a mess.
yes, honey.
So he is just, I am here with his suits, sizes
two sizes too small and two shades too light. Wearing a baby blue on Easter church Sunday, honey.
I know that suit is actually quite bright.
Very unattractive. Stop wearing tight clothes. You ain't that fine to be wearing
Well,
clothes
don't
that
wear
tight.
tight clothes. If you're gonna wear a bright suit, it should actually fit properly. It's just too tight. Everything is so tight, and when he sits, like the buttons are straining.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway,
Mhm.
Melody really is trying. I see she's trying so hard to just be silent,
Oh,
which I
Melody,
applaud because it is
you
not
allow yourself to be
easy.
triggered way too quick.
Yeah.
With Martell. You should already know how he gonna come.
Yeah.
You know, no need to be triggered. Just.
I know, but it's a very fresh
listen.
divorce. It's as fresh
tough.
as when you pull that apple pie out the oven, honey. It's still piping hot.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
child.
quite a bit, you know. But I'm
mm.
not surprised. Martell's dusty self came out the bag trying to trigger that woman. He saw how good she was looking. He said, "I'm gonna get underneath her skin today. If it's the last."
Ooh, it's on.
If it wasn't for the show.
Ooh, gotta see.
Yes.
Well, turn it down.
Melody, would you still be married to Martell if it wasn't for the show?
Absolutely not. No.
And the reason I say that is because he should have said a few minutes ago is not to read the comments. That's one of the main things I always tell Melody. Like, hey, social media, stop reading the comments. Every 2 or 3 times
So
a day,
now he's
she
blaming
always
social
commenting
media.
about the comments.
Not your penis.
Like, leave
Oh, okay.
Don't pay attention to these people. Like, to
Stop
this day,
having affairs.
I'm probably like the
So
most
they don't
respect-
have to get on her
No.
social media
Stop
to tell
telling her
her.
to
I'm
shut
so
the F
cool
up.
with that.
Ugh.
I don't stress. Well, a lot of people deal with second. I will say this. Marcel and Tisha definitely trans every week. But speaking of Marcel,
Because Marceau.
when you first learned that this show was going to be called Love and Marriage Huntsville, you sent a scathing email to the producers with your disdain for the title of the show. Right. Why did you hate the title of Love and Marriage Huntsville so much?
Well, I thought that we were doing a construction show. It's like Love and Marriage. I'm like, wait, I'm good at construction.
You're not good at Love and Marriage?
Oh, he didn't want Love and Marriage. He didn't want the show to be called Love and Marriage.
Because he didn't want it to be about his marriage because he said he's not really good at it.
And I think that's the part that was a little disheartening. Just a hair.
Just a hair.
Just a hair.
And Maurice, for you, because you were in law school at the time the show happened, how do you feel when people say this show went from being positive to just arguments?
It's a little disheartening because if you look at each one of us individually, we're all examples of success. And the one thing that the show
Career-wise?
does do a job
Yeah,
of
I guess so.
is showing us start something,
Well, they all
and then
have
it shows
money.
the success.
They're
I
all
know, but I mean,
millionaires.
success
Everything
is
that we
not
do.
just about your
However,
career.
you see success
Okay?
from
Yeah.
inception, to the actual delivery of it. So when people say that
But
this
they
went
should
from
have known
basically
that
sugar,
if you're gonna go on a
right,
reality show in
then
America,
they're not looking at the whole
they
picture.
are coming for
Everybody
drama. They're not coming for
You guys need to stop being oblivious. Like, y'all don't watch reality TV.
Obviously, they did not. Probably. Not everybody watches the reality show.
Well, if you're going to
watch
be
the
on
reality
one, you
show.
should be watching so you know what
Yeah.
you're getting yourself into.
Getting a second master's degree, I don't think that's not positive. I think they're missing a lot of it. Probably because we got a little arguing going on. But after we argue, we still go get stuff done.
Well, that is very true. So, Maurice, we receive a lot of questions when it comes to you and Kyla.
Oh,
Whenever Kimmy is accused of being a side chick, you don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's like somebody calling me an alien, right? I don't have to defend myself from being an alien. It's an impossibility.
It's an impossibility to say no, she's not.
I'm saying it's a physical impossibility that she could have been my side chick. It's literally impossible. I can pull up my U-Haul receipt for the day I moved down there.
One of the things that has been interesting is,
Well, at
so
least
you
for once
said
he
that you
said
heard from
something
Marcel that she
after
wasn't
how
side
many
chick.
years?
In a laughter moment, but yes.
Well, you know for certain that I didn't say it is because Marquita said I said it.
Ooh.
It was true. That is
Marquita said it, so that's how you know
How would
it.
I even know about their relationship? How would I know?
Well, you and Melody had the conversation when y'all was at that doctor's office visit about me
Right.
being side chick.
She was being a little messy. Maurice and her was dating for like about 7, 8 years.
He wasn't divorced yet.
She was a side chick.
And you had conversation about the definition of what a side chick may be, and you kind of laughed into that. But we hadn't talked about that. It was a giggle joke. Y'all laughed about it. You laughed about it
When did I laugh about it?
in Vegas.
Oh, 2 or 3 years later.
In Vegas.
Okay. Years later.
So years ago. So you're saying years ago, Marcel told you Kimmy was a side chick.
Damn. Yeah.
Tisha, did you ever hear that Kimmy was a side chick? Coming up. So one of the analogies you made with Patricia was that Maurice could not take another person using the toothbrush. What did she mean by that? Did Marcel call Melody to get drinks?
Yes.
You're accusing his friend of wanting his ex-wife.
Tuesday.
Wait, okay, let's put it up.
Oh, wait a second.
I am totally. It's like I couldn't keep up. What did they say?
Okay, so so Martel apparently was saying that Tisa's husband went out for drinks with Melody, and Melody said he's accusing his best friend of wooing his ex-wife or something like that. That's why she
Oh.
turned to Kimmy.
Martel is just.
And illiterate.
He is taking names. He's throwing everything out there, including the kitchen sink, and hoping that it land on somebody but him. Anybody but him is to blame. If Melody is on social media, it's because she was on social media. I guess you heard the rumors, and I told her, don't watch social media. Martel,
Even
stop
if there was no
cheating
social
on your
media,
wife.
and stop being disrespectful. For me, if you're cheating, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But when you put the disrespect, it's
Yeah.
just atrocious.
And he told her to shut the F off so many times, so loudly in their home. I'm sure the children had to have heard you.
Well, I'm sure this man has called. He called her a low down dirty B. I think last episode, not last episode, but when they were outside a construction site or whatever. No, he called her a filthy mother effer, which I'm sure he has called her
Oh, wow.
worse.
I did not even hear that.
Yeah, because she's like, "Did you really just call me a filthy mother effer?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I want to say that because da was going
Oh,
off
my
on her and
goodness
stuff like that
gracious.
and everything like that." And she was like, "Why are you being disrespectful? I'm not your woman no more." He said, "Because I want to be."
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
That man actually has
Martel,
mental
yeah.
instabilities, and I don't even want to pray for him because I can't pray for an individual like that. God just
Yeah.
has to come save you.
Yeah.
He's somebody
He
who
needs
doesn't
to-
even
he needs to
appreciate
pray.
prayers.
He needs to pray for himself.
Yeah, he needs therapy at least 8 times a week.
And just kind of, he just has to commit to being a decent human being.
Yeah,
To know that there are other people around, your children are there. You're upset that you don't.
You're acting as if your
not with
kids
the
are gonna be
24/7. But look at your behavior when they were in the house. You didn't think 2 seconds about them. when you went out there cheating for how many years? Like, you were doing
5
this for
years.
years, you know? What do you think, that she was going to stay with you the whole entire time?
Yep.
And continue
He definitely,
to take
he
it?
sure did. He sure did.
You know? But, yeah.
It's really just a shame. And I'm shocked she even stayed with him.
Yeah.
How do you deal with a man like this? And I'm sure
And
once,
the thing is, he'll never think it's his fault.
never.
You will, you'll give this person a chance over and over and over again. You will waste your youth on them, and they will never think it's their fault.
Mm-mm.
At some point, they'll stop saying sorry because they've done so many wrong things.
Yeah.
And anytime they say sorry, they feel worst, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll stop saying sorry. And then they start making, then the lies begin.
Yeah.
It wasn't really their fault, it's yours. Oh no, this never really did happen. Then it's just lying straight out.
Yeah. I know they're saying that she cheated or whatever. Prove it! Prove it! It's just too much. Oh,
Here we are.
Kimmy wants to
Here
sign
we'll be back. So you don't know how your side chick got pregnant, Martell?
Martell is
Who
trying to do
impregnated
something.
her? The air?
What is that? So
She walked down the street, she got pregnant, y'all.
that
Magic.
He was trying to think. You
He
know,
said-
the way his eyes went over here, as if he was trying to think. Okay, can I say she was, some magic happened for her to impregnate her? He was really thinking about that.
No, he
And
probably
how
would
did she
say
get
that she's.
pregnant? He's like,
No, he probably would have said that she's a hoe, so probably somebody else impregnated her. Ain't my
or a
baby.
peasant.
Yeah, mm.
She was living the peasant's life. Martell is stupid.
Stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, he ignorant. Ignorant.
He is.
Ignorant.
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 Oh my goodness.
This man
gracious.
actually has mental problems. He actually needs help. Sincere help.
It's so funny when he sits and he does his hands like this. It's like he's by, and he keeps on, his eyes start going here. I'm like, Martell, just be honest. It's been so long, I think, since he has just been honest.
I don't think he's ever been honest a day in his life.
Well, that's true too. I mean, that could be the case. But it's like, it's so hard for him.
Because
to
he's
be
a liar.
honest.
You is
And
a
then when he
liar.
gets caught in the lie, he looks like a deer in headlights. Like,
You know, somebody said it's so easy to tell the truth because you don't have to remember a lie.
yes, and he always looks as though he's trying to
Remember the
something.
lies.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Martell. But okay, so now we have gotten the whole juice. The Kimmy,
I
was
still don't
not
even know
the
why the
side
hell
chick,
this is a topic. And
right?
I don't know why
well, because
you care
I think
so
people
much.
start making fun about it, and it makes
People
her
are
feel
going
sad.
to talk BS
No,
about
but
you no
that
matter
one,
what.
Yeah, but that one, no, you don't want that.
Mom,
And I'm happy that Maurice finally parted his lips to speak up for his wife.
yeah, after 3 damn years.
I mean, it still was kind of
I don't like
roundabout. Like, it is impossible. He and Marceau do the same thing. Like, all he had to
it's
say is,
physically impossible.
all he had to say was,
He had to make up a
she
whole
was
metaphor.
Never, exactly, she was never the side chick.
Even the host was like, "So are you saying it's physically impossible for her?"
Because he
It
has
is physically impossible. Now you say it. That's why I don't really like.
But I don't
Maurice. He's
understand. I don't understand why he says it's physical. Because anybody can be a side chick. Just say that was not the case. Full stop here at the end. But in the end, he finally came to it and say, I was out of the house. We hadn't been together for a year. Finally, he came and he just said that.
Well, he said
But it took a while for him to just say it, and it's almost maybe he was having a little fun with it too.
My thing is, as a
Chuckle,
husband, you
chuckle.
are supposed to protect your woman, point
Yeah.
blank, period. Especially in a public setting.
'Cause
If
you don't
somebody
want-
is there, say something about your woman, you should be the
Yeah.
first one. Before even your wife says anything, you should be the main one to shut it down.
Well,
The
you
fact that
know-
she's had to defend herself is why she keeps on feeling the need to bring it up. Me personally, I feel like no matter what, social media, like you could be doing something positive and
Yeah.
somebody will always try to find something negative.
always
Like always, no matter what. So
Yeah.
really, I can see what he means by why defend it, but you are a man. Your job is to protect your woman.
Mhm.
So you should have just manned the F up and
Yeah.
just said it.
And stop making it like a joke and allow people to make it like a joke.
I know that you were the
So,
main one here
yeah.
talking about threesomes and all this nasty stuff.
Yeah.
I can't with him. I don't like him.
Let's just
Wondering whether or not these two
We'll be
are
back.
going to be
Okay.
He said I'm not a cheater at
at
heart.
heart.
And the next woman I get with, I will not cheat on her.
Well, let's talk about what happened.
the
that
next
led
woman
to
he
the
gets
cheating
with, he will not
allegations,
cheat on
because
her.
at
You mean the
last
one you got
reunion,
pregnant?
You two seemed very determined to work on your marriage and to make it work. I mean, you two were united front.
Yes, the
When
last,
they were divided,
the
then they
last
wanna try to attack.
Right.
But today they
reunion.
don't know
That's them.
that it's always
Last
team
reunion.
Hope.
Yes.
A large
She had
part
put on
of the
her
world
cape.
wanted
I'm gonna
you to
rescue
leave
my
the
man.
show.
We're Team
And to
Holt.
see that you guys came back together.
And he
was
stepped back and says,
beautiful to see
okay,
because
okay.
you guys were working on your marriage, and that was great.
Yeah.
But the pandemic happened.
And she was pregnant then, I
So
do believe,
what
during the
happened
reunion.
during the pandemic to where you were like, enough is enough?
Absolutely. So when the pandemic happened, we were, of course, together. I just had Melania in December. We pulled the kids out of school before school was over. So we were all in the house together, cooking, playing games, making milkshakes. What I noticed, however, was that it got to a place where he was leaving the house.
During the pandemic.
During pandemic, he was gone.
While we were supposed to be sheltered in place,
But
and
you-
we had to stay home to keep our family
You had to put the
Safe.
penis out there.
safe, you were leaving the house during that time.
Yeah.
Where were you going?
To the gym.
He said he was going to the gym. The gym was closed, Martell. Oh,
Were
God.
everything's open that you were going
Man,
to
a liar. The gym could be in your garage.
The entire
when,
world
when Marcel
is
gonna
here.
say Jesus Christ,
Because we don't know
you
what
know
this
he
virus
is
going to do.
way left field.
And we see on the news
He cannot.
600,000 people in the U.S. alone is dying
Yes,
from this unknown disease.
you.
Timmy is working around the clock as a nurse, seeing people die in front of her. Your wife
Is
just
at
had
home
your baby.
with 4
Yeah.
children.
And to have your wife
And he's
Oh,
bringing
wait.
the COVID
her
home.
husband leave the house
Mm.
when everybody was told to stay. You know, I think a lot of people say of all the times to keep your penis in the household, you whipped it out
Hey, what a
in the
bit
middle
that
of
time.
the pandemic
Get him, host.
in order
said, "Shit."
to fulfill a need
What the-
that seemed more important than your wife and
Yeah.
your kids.
That I just had a
Do you see how that could make her feel?
Okay.
How it looks like.
You made it sound so much worse than that.
What do? You put your children at risk.
It's not words, it's the truth, Jackie.
Puts it to context like you are sleeping with the other one.
No, it wasn't at the time. No.
How did she get pregnant?
He don't know how she got pregnant.
We did it.
Martell, look at They're laughing at him.
So when is your son's birthday?
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the
He said
pandemic
okay.
happened and you saw your husband leave the house,
Yeah.
you figured out that he was seeing this other woman.
Leaving the house for hours at a time, like you said, everything shut down. Our companies and clients that we've been doing work for shut down. We've always been very particular when we have kids to make sure that we keep them safe. So we always, like when I had all our kids, I'd stay in the house for 6-8 weeks. And so for him to leave for hours at a time, that it didn't make sense to me.
In the
But
middle
not
of
only
COVID.
that, there were certain things Martell started saying that wasn't adding up, such as, like, I was going to learn to accept him cheating. And, you know, I need to talk to the older women. And I said, well, Martell, maybe you need to talk to the older men. And he was like, I'll never forget this conversation. That's why I can repeat it word for word. He was like, I have. I said, well, what did they say? He was like, honestly, they said, don't mess with nobody that ain't got nothing to lose. Make her sign a contract. And hearing him say this when I'm a new mom, I was like, he hasn't changed at all or
No.
grown up. He's figuring out how to do it better. He's
Yeah.
figuring out how to be deceptive better.
Yeah.
And that's when I made the decision to leave.
Oh,
I
he's
hadn't
like,
heard-
oh,
I hadn't
was
at
that
time
it?
heard anything about a baby or anybody being pregnant. It had nothing to do with that.
So you didn't leave because of the baby. You
No.
left because you saw that he
Was not
wanted
changing.
to be a smarter cheater and wanted you to accept it.
And
Is
it had
that
been 3 years. March of 2017, I found out that Martell had been seeing someone a couple
He
months
wants to hear
before
this because
that.
he wants to know
We were
why
at
she
home
left
in our
him.
kitchen, and his phone rung. We were in the kitchen. He had walked over to the sink or something. I was at the table and it kept ringing, block call, back to back to back. And I was like, what is going on? So I just answered hello. And they hung up. And I was like, huh? Then they called back. So I was like, hello? And then his child's mother said, I didn't call your phone. Put Martell on the phone. Mind you, at this point, I didn't have any inclination that there was infidelity going on in my marriage. I honestly didn't. And so I was like, what in the hell? You know, what is going on? Who you talking to? And so then I'm like, Martell, come get the phone. He wouldn't come get the phone for anything in the world. She called back and kept calling back. That was the first line of disrespect.
Martell, let me ask you this.
Whew, child.
At one
Martell
point,
shut the hell up the whole time
Look
because
at
he.
Martell is sitting like this.
Marcel
He
and Melody
fixed his suit.
of messing around because she was talking to him a lot.
No.
You didn't call Marcel.
I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Go ahead.
And he apologized for this.
So,
Martell is like,
Say it one more time.
I never apologized. You apologized to me.
dude, stop.
Martell.
Coming up. When you and Martell were married, legally married, did you sleep with another man?
Once I left,
No. Did you perform fellatio on a man?
Did he what?
So let's call her a hoe by saying that she's out here giving everybody oral sex. Yep. Now that's what we're gonna do to our ex-wife. Because we are such a narcissist that we have to make her seem like a horrible person. Because I'm out here cheating and dipping my cock-a-doodle-doo in every cockapoo that I can. You know?
So it is kind of like the same thing with Maurice, right? When you get married, for those people who are not divorced, when you get married and you get a divorce, every state has a different thing.
Mhm.
They will give you file your papers, you sign the divorce papers. From the moment you both sign the divorce papers, like in the state of Maryland where we are, it's a year. It's a year before the divorce is now final. Okay? Because when you sign those divorce papers, a year from that date, you will actually go to court. And the judge will finalize your divorce if there are no other issues that come up. So that's in Maryland. There are some other states that have 2 years. 2 years from the time you sign that paper, you get a divorce. You're divorced. You're considered legally divorced, right? Now, there are some couples who, during that 1 year or 2 years or 6 months, whatever time, they may decide, we're going to come back together. And so they will only show up in court. They'll say, okay, we want to just, dissolve that, we want to stay together. All right. However, if you are of that mindset that it's over and done, it's over and done. You both have signed the divorce papers. As far as I'm concerned, it's over and done, and you move on. Now, that was like around the same time, I guess, Kiowa was saying Kim, right, was, she prevented them from rekindling because she started seeing the husband. But the husband has moved and he's done. Like Maurice said, I left and it was over as far as I'm concerned. I'm not coming back. We have not seen each other for almost a year. I'm gone. I've started something else.
With women,
and
we
I think
love
that's
to
okay.
blame women
and I
for
really,
things that men
yeah,
do. And
but
I don't like
yeah,
that.
but I think that it's okay if Mel had gone, like if during that time after you've signed those divorce papers, you guys decided now to start dating, I'm fine with that. If in your heart and mind it's done, it's done. Now you just have to wait until, the state's 2 years or whatever to ensure, because so many divorced people come back together, and I think the state, they just got tired of that. We divorced you, then within 6 months you all are back together. Then you got to go through all the rigmarole of changing names, take your name back, and all that stuff. So of course, it's that, something, you take a year. And also taxes too. Now all of a sudden you're not filing married. You're filing separated or whatever, or single. I mean, head of household. So I think the courts just got tired of the amount of married people coming back together. But I believe if you have signed those papers, and everybody is different, and you go ahead and do you, I'm not going to hold that against you, Now, when I divorced my husband, in my mind, I really was hoping that somehow, some way, he will come back, get better, and we will still have this marriage. For him, when he left, that was it. He was gone, and that was it. You know. But if during that time he decided to be with somebody and then come back to me, I'm not going to take that time that we had signed our papers and be divorced. I will only take that as, oh, he cheated on me. I will only take that as that. Because I just feel as though in mind, body, heart, soul, you guys are divorced. But everybody is different,
Marcel
you know.
And
Yeah.
Melody of messing around because she was talking to him a lot.
No, he apologized for this.
No, he never apologized for anything.
Say that one more time.
I never apologized. You apologized for me.
Dude, stop. Let me say what I was gonna say first. So the thing was, when Marcel and I got into it, Van, Millie's mom, contacted Marcel and told Marcel what was going on with us. Said that Melody left and all this kind of stuff. And then Marcel, what you do? You contacted Melody and he
I called
invited
you first.
Hold
I
on.
called Melody after.
Yeah.
It was the night that she found out.
The night that the phone rang.
Yeah.
Okay,
The night
that
before Melody.
freaking incident that she talked about
He
where
misspoke,
where
yeah.
the woman said, put Martell.
Right. Van called me and said, you know, Marcel, they're screaming. Van at the time worked at Scope. And we were very close. He said, Marcel, they're yelling and screaming or whatever. And I wanted to make sure that nothing actually happened. So I called Martell's phone a couple of times trying to remove him out of the situation. After he didn't respond, I called Mel. I wanted to remove him out of the situation. Mel came up. We met at Chick-fil-A. And we had sat in the parking lot. Martell called, we talked, whatever. The same thing I would expect Martell or any of my friends to do if that situation ever happened in my household. For whatever reason, if me and Tisha are into it, she'll call Maurice like he's my dad or something. But that's what happened.
The issue came in when he had mentioned that he had mentioned to go get some drinks or something like that. Go get some drinks. And
What?
he said I shouldn't have did that. So that was my issue. To smooth it with the drinks. I was like, this would be a
What is he talking
He
about?
said
the
we didn't
drinks?
have any drinks.
We never had any drinks.
But you had mentioned that.
Okay, but I think that the difference between with you thinking that as a non-drinker, your thoughts of having drinks with your friend's wife is
At
a
a
lot
time
different
of
than
hurt, at a time of hurt, at a time of going through something like that, I don't think that I would say, Kimmy, let's get some drinks tonight. I know you hurt. No, I know
So
Maurice.
you're saying Marcel called her
Hold on. Kimmy, I
Hold
know
on.
Maurice.
Did Marcel call Melody to get drinks? That's what teacher wants to know.
Yes. He was trying to smooth everything out, but he called her.
Hey,
Is that true, Marcel?
no. Hey, I called her and said, hey, we move out of the situation. Hey, come sit down and chill, whatever. Now, I'm a drinker, so it's very likely that I say, hey, come on, whatever, man. Let's pour up something, let's talk it.
Right.
You know, but it's not like he said, let's have some drinks.
I can't believe
Not
that.
like that.
Did that happen?
I will tell you exactly what happened. But first, let me say this. I think that it's sad that because of that, he went to Marcel and Melody anything. That's very
I
sad.
just told him that wasn't appropriate. I said, don't do that.
No,
But then you also
well,
accused,
there's a lot more.
let's be clear.
Go ahead.
So when I left the house,
Mm.
irate, because mind you, I'm thinking I've never experienced as I knew of infidelity in my marriage. So I'm like, who in the hell got the calling this phone? Big fight. We leave. Of course, my mom is used to all of us being together. She knew we were super tight, so she's scared. You know what I'm saying? She called Marcel. They into it. Can you please talk to him? You know. I left the house. I got a call from Marcel. He was like, where you at, Mel? Calm down. Where you at? Because, you know, I'm upset. I'm yelling. I'm screaming. He's like, look, just calm down. Where you at? I'm like, I'm on University Drive. By Chick-fil-A. So from there, we ended up meeting at Chick-fil-A. You know, he talked positive. Like, he tried to just calm down. You know, y'all going to be all right, man. I hate this, but it's going to be all right. And he was like, let's get some drinks. Let's get a drink. Let's sit down. Just chill. Calm your nerves, whatever. We still ended up not even getting a drink. But it was in no way, and I would tell anybody this, to this day, Marcel ain't never said nothing out the way to me. He ain't never did nothing out the way to me. He ain't never touched me out the way. Never. And that narrative needs to
I
stop.
wouldn't like a gesture like that. Let's get some drinks at a time that you're not doing too good.
You're accusing his friend of wanting his ex-wife.
They don't know what kind of
I'm used to guy friends, man.
If all y'all been friends for 6 years, you should know your friend. Do you think Marcel likes Melody, has a crush on her? Like, why would you think your friend?
No, I wasn't thinking that, but it just I feel.
But
like
you were
situation
insinuating
in terms
the
of
persona. I'm
This
going.
man is such an idiot
He always-
that he don't even know what the
You know,
F he
you know what?
even
He
saying.
thinks he's
after,
smart. That's his
Melty
problem.
had moved out.
He thinks he's smart. Doesn't know he
She started
sounds
seeing
dumb.
someone else, and
You're
she
a
admitted
kid.
Oh
to
wait,
the fellatio part, right? So she left.
where
me
the
for that.
fuck
I mean,
fellatio
she
come
left me
from?
because I
Who's
was
fellatio?
complaining
Hold
about
on.
receiving that.
That's not what.
But no. I'm talking about
You're
this.
saying she left you because she
Because
was.
I wasn't receiving certain things at home, but it was much
Inaccurate.
more than receiving fellatio.
Inaccurate.
You know, but that was one of the main things she was doing to other people.
Let's be clear, you have no
No.
idea what was going on. That's what I'm saying. You have no idea
Because
what was
she admitted to me. She told me that.
Marcel,
She admitted to me.
She admitted that she cheated on you.
Yeah, I recorded it all.
I don't care.
Our
I'll let you
conversation.
finish. I'm gonna tell the truth of the conversation.
Okay. And the thing is,
No, let you
she's
finish.
like, I'm like, but then you left me and did that with that guy.
Actually, no, I didn't with him. But go ahead.
But did you cheat on Martel? When you and Martel were married, legally married, did you sleep with another man?
Whenever we were legal, once I left,
No, he said legally
when I
married.
left,
Let me ask you this: before Milani was born,
yes, before Milani was born,
did you sleep with another man?
no, I did not. I did not.
Were you sexually? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, ask her.
Yeah, you cannot.
Go ahead.
I'll be real specific. What did you perform fellatio with, on a man?
So I'm gonna be real specific. Somebody performed it on me, and I told you that.
Okay, wait. So what?
Even Gray got up.
Okay, hold on. Am I confused? Wait. So Melody had another man perform oral sex on her while she was married?
Well,
Like
we don't know
while
this-
they were still together?
No. She's talking about when they left, when they were apart. Because as we know, it takes a while for people to get divorced.
Okay, tell
Listen,
me.
if you had
Okay,
a man
wait.
perform fellatio on you,
I
whatever,
think
that's fine, Mel. That's fine. Do your
but
thing.
I think the guy's
But I don't
called
think-
fellatio.
No, Mom.
Is that-
Fellatio means
Okay.
oral sex in the dictionary. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Anyway,
gotta look that up with my phone. Okay. I thought
No.
the guy was called fellatio. Okay.
no. What they're asking: did she do anything when they were legally married? Now she said I think she's saying once she left, yes, and she
Okay.
decided that she's no longer with him.
With him.
Okay, she's not going to sit here and wait a whole year or 2 years after you've been out there cheating, doing your thing.
But there
I'm
were
sure-
a couple of times. I do remember there was a time that Melanie left, and then she came back though, and
no.
she was
This is
pregnant.
we're not talking about that. We're talking about after she
Oh.
was completely done with the marriage.
It was after
This
the
was
baby
when
was born.
he was talking about how to get better at cheating. She finally decided to leave him.
Gotcha.
That's what we're
Okay,
talking
so that's
about.
when it was over. It was
Yes,
done. Okay.
yes. Were
Got
they
you.
legally divorced by then? I don't
No,
know.
because
Probably
yeah,
not.
not gone through yet. But she was done.
Yes.
Okay, got
Exactly. So,
that's-
technically, that's not cheating because you guys are not together. You
Well,
guys are legally
some people-
bound.
Yeah, some
It's
people
not
is-
cheating. If
Right.
we are not actively working together, we are not actively being together in a marital home, if we are not actively having
but
sex
some-
or whatever,
right.
we are not together. I don't give a damn what the state says because the state
Yeah.
says that yes, you are legally married for 2 years, but that's because people come back together. Like
Yeah.
you said, if you're
No, I
done in your
understand.
mind
Like,
and
for
in your
me,
heart, then
yes.
it is over.
For me, I agree exactly with what you're saying. There are some people, so you guys let us know who is on that kind of team in terms
you
of
mean?
hold on, in
What
terms
you
of
mean?
if I'm done, if I say I'm done, I'm done.
Facts.
Whether
That's not
it's illegal
cheating.
yet
This
or
man
not.
left.
Right.
When this man has
And
been
I
cheating on
always-
her for 5 years,
I also have another
you
question.
stepped outside of your marital home when you guys were living together to go cheat. That is cheating.
Yes.
So you guys are both in an active marriage. Neither
Yes.
one of you guys have said we're going to separate. We are going to divorce.
So what
she
he
was
was
still
saying,
in there.
right? So what
So
he
it's
was
not
saying,
cheating.
because I remember last season, right? He was upset and he kept on telling Mel, "You do not have oral sex. You don't give me oral sex enough for me, and so that's why I'm gonna leave." Okay.
On a man.
So I'm gonna be real specific. Somebody performed it on me, and I told you that.
that you did it. I got the recording.
Why don't you pull the recording up? So let me be specific. The person he's referring to.
I'm
Okay,
saying,
go ahead.
Did you or did you not?
I just
perform
said.
fellatio with on a guy while we were married?
I just
When
told
you
you
moved to the
exactly.
apartment, stop. When you moved
I
to the
just
apartment.
answered that question. I
Did
said
you?
someone performed that
No,
on
I'm saying,
me.
did you perform?
Honestly, I don't remember, and I don't think I did, but I know he
Okay,
did.
y'all better keep that on
They can
camera.
absolutely, absolutely, please do.
What year did Melody start allegedly cheating on you?
What year did you move into the apartment, man?
Not a problem. You want the timeline?
Yes.
Okay, so I moved out in December of 2017.
Okay.
I met someone maybe in around January-ish. We talked for like 4 weeks. It was nothing deep. It was
Were y'all
nothing.
sexually active
As I just shared with Martell, he performed oral sex for me once.
while you were married?
I was married.
You
Yeah,
were married.
I was married, but I never.
You never even mentioned that to me.
Martell, I'm being transparent, and I've already answered the question.
But you
So what I said was, I don't remember doing that to him at all, and I don't think but I know he did do that to me. Now back to the thing, the question. So when I moved out in December,
So we lying, Carlos.
I'm not lying. You have been, but I'm not lying. So what happened was when I moved out in December, I never planned on being back with Martell. This was I caught him at this point in October. After March, finding out, we trying to reconcile. I'm thinking our marriage is
all
good.
before the show?
All before the show.
This is all before the show.
2017.
So this all happened before the show. Because I love when people say Carlos King made this infidelity as a storyline. So in 2017,
So let me clear my
you
name.
got fed up with Martell cheating on you. You admitted to moving out into an apartment, and you were seeing a guy while you were separated, and the guy performed oral sex on you. I got to be honest with you. You saying you don't remember performing fellatio is kind of odd, because I think you would remember putting your mouth on something.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. As I remember, I did.
This question is just for you to say no, Mel.
So I'm gonna say I don't remember, but for me, no.
No.
For me, no.
When you two were going through this infidelity, did you stay with Martell all those years because you did not want this other woman to win?
No, I'm not in no competition with anybody. But when I found out in 2017, I wasn't just gonna run away from my marriage, because I understand that he's a person with imperfections. The reason I stayed was because I was giving him the opportunities to get it together, because he's very good at making you think that things are together. The reason I have a hard time, even now to this day, being anything with Martell, because Martell, I would say we're not friends, we ain't associates, we are nothing but the father and the mother of 4 beautiful babies.
The thing is, you saw the packages and you saw the
I have a problem with us talking about a woman performing fellatio. Do we ask men that on this show about what they do in bed and all this stuff, and why the F does it matter?
Unfortunately,
But Martell's
No,
such an
because
idiot.
got
He just had to try to make
while
it
you
seem
were
like she
married,
was out
right?
there dipping and
What
shucking
it
and
is,
whatever.
what
do
it
you think
is.
Melody would ever leave you?
Okay, let's finish.
Talk about that later.
No, I really didn't think that we would end. It's not even.
I'm sure,
that
with your
about cheating, it's
narcissistic
not about,
ass.
the baby, anything like that. I mean, but through this whole ordeal, you know, we would go to church. You know, I mean, I would go to the front, the pastor be prayed for. I tried to really just get it out my system. You know what I'm saying? Because it was real. Because I saw it was hurting my family. It was hurting, Melody so much, and I knew that wasn't a part of me.
Is it the fact that you couldn't stop cheating?
You cheat for 5 years, but it's not part of
Is it
you.
the fact that you could not stop cheating with this other woman?
It was with her. Like if it was anybody else, if I had to have cheated, it would have been just sex and that would have been it. But it was just the connection that we had that kind of.
Was it a sexual connection or a personal connection?
It was a personal connection, and then things transpired.
A lot of people think you're addicted to sex, and I don't think you're a sex addict.
Oh yeah.
And listen, I'm going to be real, and listen, I'm just being honest. When I learned that you left the house during the pandemic to continue to see her, that to me displayed that there is something drawing you back to this woman.
Yeah.
So when people call her coleslaw side chick, I think she's a whole damn restaurant.
Yeah.
I think you visit her during opening hours, after hours. She's the dessert. She's the entree. I think she's everything to you. And I think
The one who calls peasant.
her by calling her a peasant because you did not want to accept the reality that you love this woman. So my question seriously is, if you would have met her before Melody, do you think you and this woman would be married?
Huh. No, because he will not have. He will not marry that woman. Kim.
Please shut up.
I know.
Next on the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion special. I know that was a tough segment.
Everybody in this room knows that I hate being in Huntsville.
Damn, it's over.
Anthony! One of the things the audience saw was your reluctance in talking about your divorce. Can you share the reason why? Have you been reading some of the social media comments?
I was surprised I didn't jump off a bridge.
You know, I didn't like seeing the grass scene. You was in the moment, and in the moment, everything's like, yeah,
That
we're
dress is
good,
nice.
we're good.
I like how it's just like dipping into her shoulders. That doesn't look
Yeah, that's
comfortable.
The new people in the group, every time they come to the group, they feel like they have to give me a more so advice.
Getting a divorce doesn't make you an expert in marriage. It makes you an expert in divorce. There's certain things that you don't see, and there's certain things that do see. Yeah, but you don't acknowledge. It makes you realize what you don't.
I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't like Tiffany and
Her husband.
No, and her
Oh, they're
needing
back. I think they're back. Are they back?
No, it's over.
Where did things go wrong in those 2 years?
I own my part in all of it. Tell us what happened.
There was never a time where I was okay with my husband cheating on me, ever.
How long did y'all know about this?
You mean it was out in November?
That's shameful.
You don't do that. Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 2, Saturday.
My thing is, I'm gonna just say this
Okay.
quickly. I never liked Tiffany and her gossiping
husband.
wife.
This is
I don't
it
like
this
them.
time. This is it.
Oh my god!
Finally!
We'll be back, y'all. It's just a mess.
Okay,
The
so
Melody and Martell,
Yeah.
like, you know, they are here saying that would you be with her? Of course you would not have been with her, Martell. Okay, and then the whole saying that she was everything. She was the whole damn restaurant. She was the dessert. She was this. She was that. Listen, a man will go anywhere that he is accepted. Any woman that is willing to.
A woman who's not gonna put any obligations on him.
Yeah.
So when you go to this woman who you called a peasant before,
Yeah.
right? She's not gonna put any kind of pressure on you at all. She's gonna be there to have a good time, to hug you, to rub your head when you're, you talk about all the obligations and Mel pushing you and blah 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 and the children. She doesn't have any children for you, so of course when you go there, everything feels easy.
Yeah.
You're not expected to be here or at a certain time. You're not expected to look after any kids. You're not expected to give, any money for anything. Anything you give her, it's like, oh, thank you so much. No one is calling you out and say, well, I need more. I need this. I need that. So, of course, it feels great. And you're right. For the host to come out and say how she's the whatever
Whole damn restaurant as if she was the wife or something, that it was more.
Yeah.
Listen, a man will go to any woman that is allowing him to act however he wants and is there giving him sex, giving him whatever he wants, and is not putting pressure on him. Any man will do that.
And still accepted him back.
Yes, and on top of that, a man will go to a woman who has low self-esteem because he knows he can get away with anything. So it has nothing to do with her being some restaurant and him loving her. It has nothing to do with that. If a man like Martell will accept a woman who accepts anything, has low self-esteem, and does not care. It has a very low sense of self-worth. The one he can manipulate, trample on, walk over, all over. Of course, why wouldn't he? If the woman had some boundaries and had some, like, I'm not accepting this, he would not have been with her. He would have been found somebody else. It's not no restaurant stuff, and then for you to try to make it seem like she was better than Melody.
I thought that was very hurtful. Everything that he was.
I thought that was very effed up.
I don't know if he was trying to.
He was trying to get a reaction from her, which is why I don't like any of these reunion hosts.
Maybe he was trying to see something with Marshall. The guy.
He was trying to incite Melody.
First of all,
and even Melody seemed a little disturbed.
I can see why Martell will leave the house during COVID to go see this woman.
This man is not an active father. This man is not somebody who wants to be in the foxhole.
Everybody was home.
He don't want that.
Everybody was home. Your wife was there. The children were there.
He doesn't want to deal with that. He is one of the.
I needed to go out. Go to the gyms also were closed. So where exactly were you going? Because the gyms were closed at some point.
Every single thing was closed.
And you were willing to bring your COVID to the newborn
and bring your STDs and any disease to your woman.
You did not care about these children catching COVID.
You didn't care.
That did not even faze you. It wasn't love that drove you out to the house. It was selfishness. And for the guy, I don't know what the host was saying. I don't know. He must have been reading from some kind of prompter and says, "Oh, let's go with this."
No, listen. This is why I don't like any of these reunion hosts. Their job is to start drama and to cause hurt and pain that is already there. Just to put a knife into it. You just dig into the scar a little bit. It's just a mess. And I felt bad for Melody because she seemed a little disturbed.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, but we all know goodness well that's not what drove him there. Because if he really loved that woman, he would not call her peasant. He would have been married to her. Together. He would have been with her.
Perfect time, Martell, for you to run and go get married to her. Why are you not?
Because he don't like her.
Please.
He don't like her. She was a doormat. Okay. But yeah, anyway, that's what's going on. Next week is going to be very spicy. It's going to be a lot going on. But
yes,
y'all,
look forward to that.
But y'all comment down below what's going on, what y'all liked, what y'all look forward to. It's a lot.
Is it okay to be with someone after you sign those divorce papers, or should you wait until the state recognizes you as divorced? Let us know.
But in some cases, like domestic violence, sometimes there's no coming back. So I really, I feel like it's a case-by-case thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, y'all, we love y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Continue to like, subscribe, comment, and share our channel.
Yes.
Because Honey, we is lit. We stay lit. Okay? Good night, you guys.
Bye.
It's Mary.
And Amma.
Good night.